This opera tells the story of Niccolo Machiavelli, who most people know was one of the great political philosophers of all time. He also was a complicated, needy, hungry man. The opera begins in Florence, in which we meet Machiavelli and his muse, Fortuna, who embodies the luck that he sought, that he believed was essential, but never really had in his lifetime. The three main acts of the opera are set in 2032, at the 500th anniversary of the publication of his masterpiece, The Prince, as he composes three new chapters for a work that will be called The New Prince.
This is an unusual work for me because I actually have been staring. David, I've sent you pictures of my handwritten manuscript. And when I'm scoring for this opera, actually scoring for the whole orchestra and chorus and the whole cast, so hundreds of people on the page. And because we needed to present these arias tonight with just piano, which is sort of our industry standard, I had to sort of compress all of the orchestrations into the piano part.
I told my prince what I saw.
The first aria is called Mia Brigata. It's set in Florence in the time of Machiavelli. He has just been released from prison, where he's been tortured on orders of the Medici, and he fears on orders of Giuliano de' Medici, who was a dear boyhood friend of his. So he sings about this terrible experience of torture and about Giuliano.
Chains and irons, counting of locks, keys and bars, keys and bars, shrieks as the rope was. I did love that boy Giuliano in my youth. I loved him so. He had
I've never had any experience that's like this, and I've been trying to think of why that is. Part of it is the pleasure of working with somebody who is genuinely an artist. The people in my world of journalism, we cover the world of fact, and we're not artists. And you are, and you open that world to me.
I think there's that great line, you're an admirer of W.H. Auden, and there's that great line in Auden's elegy, for Yeats, Mad Ireland hurt you into poetry. I think probably Mad Lebanon hurt you into fiction. And you wrote Agents of Innocence, and it's a fabulous work of art. And when the Dutch National Opera decided to commission me, the idea of an opera on Machiavelli emerged. And I said, this is a David Ignatius project.
The second aria is called Welcome, My Prince and President. It's taken from the first act of the opera. It's now 2032. It's the 500th anniversary of the publication posthumously of The Prince. And Machiavelli has been encouraged by his muse Fortuna to write a new version, a 500th anniversary edition for his new patron, who is the ruler of the world in 2032, the ruler of a place we imagine as Amoraesiopia, and his name is President Wu Verchu. The third aria, When Evening Comes, is taken from the epilogue of the opera. And I'll read you briefly the exchange that precedes this final aria, in which Fortuna and Machiavelli talk about what this story really means. Fortuna says to Machiavelli, "You have your luck at last. The New Prince is published. It will live forever. The index of banned books is overthrown. Machiavelli answers, I am liberated to be what I am, a thinker, a writer, a man who will not abide false gods, but has only one God, which is truth. Fortuna responds, I am your muse, my darling poet of life. I want you to be only who you are, so go into your study. The darkness has come. Take up your pen. Nothing else matters.